You know, the holidays can go by so quickly, and if you're not careful, before you know it, it's over. So I want to share with you this week just 7 specific ways you can savor the season, and you really have to do it intentionally. You know, savoring is a happiness trigger I talk about in Happy Women Live Better, and it's simply finding those ways to very intentionally slow down in the moment, to notice the good things that are happening, and to really, really savor that sense of joy. And so there are a few ways we can be very intentional about it, specifically during the holiday season. Number 1, make decorating the tree an event, not a chore. You know, sometimes it can just feel like a chore. Oh, I got to pull out the tree. I have to do this. Rather than saying I have to do all of this stuff, how about saying, hey, I get to do it, and make it an event with your family. If you're single and living alone, invite friends over, order in, or cook, or have people bring something over, turn on the music, and just make it a fun event. A very simple way to savor the season. You can do the same thing when it's time to take the tree back down. The second is give Christmas cards in person. Now, obviously, if you have a 100-person list, this isn't possible, but you can take your top 3 or 4 people that perhaps you don't see all the time, but you would love to, and just give those cards in person so you can wish them a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, but also just give that personal touch that oftentimes we just don't get anymore. And even if you can't do that, putting a nice personalized note inside of your Christmas cards is a great way to simply savor the fact that you have people in your life that you care about and that you're keeping connected with. Number 3, this one is really easy, kiss under the mistletoe. Savor the kisses under the mistletoe, whether it is with your significant other, your spouse, or even a little kiss with your kids. That's always just a fun way to savor the season and have a little extra fun. Number 4, go Christmas caroling. So, you know, this is kind of an old school idea, but whether it's in your own neighborhood or with your church or perhaps at a local nursing home, singing is just a great way to get into the spirit. And I think what's really great about Christmas caroling is, number 1, singing actually makes us happier. It has something to do with how we have to breathe when we're singing. But when it's music that brings back good memories, it also boosts our positive emotion. So very simply, try Christmas caroling. Number 5, play Christmas music. So if you're not going to go out and sing it, at least listen to the good music. This music, this time of year, is something you don't listen to or hear at any other point during the year, so it's really important to savor it. What do you like? I like the Temptations. I love Nat King Cole. I always listen to Mariah Carey's Christmas album. I love Oh Holy Night. I think it's the best rendition of it. And so another great way to just get into the spirit and be very intentional about savoring is to simply play Christmas music during this time all the way up through Christmas Day. Number 6, have a get-together. Have a get-together. Celebrate the season with the people you love. It can be so easy for us to say, oh, I'm so busy, there's not enough time. But really paying attention to what you want out of this season, who you want to connect with, means being intentional about it. And you don't have to make it a big deal. I mean, sometimes I think one of the reasons that we don't create time to celebrate together is we make it too cumbersome. But if you can make it something simple, have folks over, have some hot chocolate, have some desserts, maybe make it a potluck, do something really simple with the people that you care about so that you can really remember the reason for the season. And I would say if you have a get-together, it's always a great thing to make it charitable. Have people bring over things that you can give to a family that you're adopting or hosting for the season. Really incorporate all of the goodness of Christmas into your get-together. And then lastly, and most importantly, worship. I think that it's so easy for us to get caught up in all of the gift giving and the parties and the decorations, and to forget why we celebrate Christmas in the first place. So whether it's on Christmas Day, or I always like to go at midnight. And growing up Catholic, we always went to midnight mass, and even though I'm not Catholic anymore, I still love to do that because it reminds me that what this is really about is celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. And when we do that, and when we really remember why we're doing what we're doing, for me, it reminds me that our goal in life should be really emulating that amazing example of love and of service. And we can do that by being intentional and worshiping on Christmas. So that's it. This season, savor. Take a deep breath and make an intentional choice to find joy and happiness in small ways throughout the Christmas season. I'll talk to you next time.